This is Blue Dolphin here, and we're going to be getting into viewing the hard drive details on your Linux system. Let's get into it. Jumping right into things here, let's launch our lab with IT Pros TV for viewing the hard drive details, and this is going to load up. And jumping right into things here, of course, our learning outcomes are going to be viewing hard drive details. Exam objectives, this is covered within is partitions and file systems, and control mounting and unmounting, which of course we just finished. So moving right into things here, let's start with our first task. All right, well, we need to make sure all our infrastructure is on, which is now powering up. All right, looks like our lab is fired up. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. And it looks like the first command we're going to play around with will be cat proc partitions. Let's go cat proc partitions. And of course, the proc folder is where we find our information on the hard drive, as we can see here. And in the lab write-up, it just talks about viewing the hard drive details in here. And this is a file that contains a table that mentions major and minor numbers of partition devices. Very cool. So we can see that there is a major and a minor column here. And the major column is defining the device type. So for example, 2 denotes a floppy drive. The number 8 is an SD device. The minor column defines the unique identification of an instance of this device type. Okay, very cool. So this is like an instance, so we could possibly have multiple instances on one of the drives or partitions. Very cool. Okay. So for step 3, we're being told to look at the proc mounts folder, and the description reads that similar to the partition and volume information, you can also view the mount points. Type the following command. All right, let's try it. Cat proc mounts. Whoa, what's this? I think, yeah, these are the mount points. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what's next. All right, next is going to be the, of course, yes, the df command for disk free. Is that what it stands for? Let me just demand, yeah. Let's just disk file system space usage. Well, I remember it as disk free. That's funny. Okay. So typing df-h shows us our file system, the size, how much space is used, how much is available, what that percentage looks like, and then just what exactly it's mounted on. All right, let's look at step 5, which is going to be for the parted command. So let's go ahead and type sudo parted-l. I think that's an L. I'm not sure if that's a 1 in this case. They want the password. Okay, maybe it worked. No. Okay, let's do parted L. And we can see that this just shows us information about the individual partitions, okay? So we can see the file system. So we have a swap file up here, the actual XFS file system down here. That's pretty cool. All right, then we have the Fdisk utility, and this is a partition editor that can display and modify partitions. So let's give it a shot and do sudo cfdisk. That's pretty cool. It's an interactive console here, and it looks like, I don't want to create a new partition per se, but I kind of want to play around in here. Look at that. That is so cool. Let's print the partition sectors. I don't know. Wow, this is super cool. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to have to hang on to this one and put it in my old bag of tricks here, but let's move on to step 7, which is going to be the sfdisk utility. So we'll go sudo sfdisk tac-um. There's so many utilities to help with this. This is awesome. Okay, and it looks here, again, we just get more specific information, and we're just displaying more partition information, and kind of in a different way. Cool. So the next command for us to run is, of course, the famous Fdisk. So let's take a look at that. And Fdisk, it gives us some reduced information. We can see like IO size, sector size, units, the disk. All right, cool. Next is going to be the df command, I guess, this time, but without the D or without the H flag. So let's run it. And again, you know, I think we looked at this earlier, so we can just see our very basic information very easily. All right, the next one is interesting. I've never heard of this. This is LS-SC-SI. Okay, so running the command ls-cs or SCSI, I think that stands for list Scsi devices, just a guess. I'm running the command here, and of course we can see it just shows us at a very basic level our virtual disks and their mount points. Very cool. So let's take a look at step 11 here, where they're going to have us use a command called smartctl. So we'll call sudo smart ctl tac I, and then our disk location, which is dev sda. And while this loads, oh, look at that. You can see that it gives us a table of information, including the vendor, the product, the revision, the compliance, the user capacity, the logical block size, and the physical block size. Ah, that's kind of cool. I didn't know about that command. Okay, let's take a look at step 12. Okay, so this is going to be just the ls command on our disk point with a by ID flag, I guess. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. It even colors it. Cool. So I guess, yeah, we're just listing the disk by ID. Well, that's what's sorting. Very cool. All right, then it looks like that's going to be wrapping things up here. Let's do the lab assessment quick question. So you can use view the what file to view the hard drive details, or you can use view the what command file to view the hard drive details. So I'm going to say it is the partitions. Okay, question number 2. The what command displays the information about the mounted file system. I'm going to say, so df is disk free, and then there's blkid. So it's going to be one of these two. I think they both can. Let's try it. Let me just try. I'm curious. List block ls, or, oh, you know what? I don't think blkid is a command. I'm thinking list bl or lblkid, I think. I think the one I'm thinking of is different. Yeah. Okay. So question 3, the what utility is meant to list the disk space usage on a file system? Not sure if this is a trick question. It's df. Interesting. What is, I don't think fdisk works because I think it shows less information, and we have to call a particular flag. Okay. So question 5, the what utility is meant to list the Scsi devices on a system? Oh, list Scsi. Bet you anything. Boom. All right, question 5. The what utility is meant to print the drive information? I think we could say smartctl in this case, because when you do it, it's just quite literally the drive information at that high level. Permission denied. Oh, let me just sudo it and we'll do an example here. Oh, cool. Look at that. There it is. That's the drive information. All right, that's a summary. We're done. That's a wrap. See everyone in the next video.